It's time to change my wardrobe over for the season, which means it's also time for a declutter. We've got here the 2 storage bins that I filled up the last time we did this, like 6 months ago. Basically, they're full of things that I knew I wasn't going to want to touch during the winter season here in Melbourne, and also those things that I haven't been wearing but wasn't quite ready to get rid of. So we're going to have to go through these and figure out what I'm going to do with all these items. Hopefully some of them are just going to make their way straight back into my closet, but some of them I think it might be time to let go of. And then we also need to go through all of the stuff, which is the vast majority of my stuff, the stuff actually in my wardrobe still. I think we're going to be in for a bit of a declutter there too. I'm having some problems. Basically, my body this year has been changing quite a lot and heaps of my clothes aren't fitting me right. And so I also need to go through even the clothes that I love and figure out, are they still fitting? Are they going to be appropriate for the coming 6 months as the weather heats up? And do I want to keep them? Or do I need to get rid of some of my favorite clothes? Ollie has come to help, obviously. So if you're new here, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment in Melbourne with my partner Blair. And of course, our little baby Ollie. And so there's only so much space we have. So I just want to make it clear that I'm not here to just do as big a purge as I possibly can for the sake of it. However, I am aware that I am going to have to just be realistic when it comes to both my body and what I'm going to be wearing, and also the amount of storage that I have access to. Anyway, that's enough of a preamble. I think I'm procrastinating, can you tell? Let's open up this first box. First thing that I notice, I kind of forgot that I kept these, were these Lucy and Yak Addison jeans. I know everybody loves the Addison jeans. They just aren't really my favorite cut on me and my body. Should I try these on? We are going to be trying on a lot of clothes, okay? I feel like I should try these on. Like I said, a lot to like about these pants, but at the end of the day, the Addison Lucy and Yak jeans have never been my favorite cut. They're like a tapered leg. And I think, generally speaking, I do tend to prefer either a straight leg or a wide leg on me. On top of that, these just are not fitting me. So I think it's time to rehome them. Next up is a pair of pants I am very excited to see. These are my orange linen. They're kind of like cropped pants, but they're wide leg and they've got scalloping down the front. They're very fun. They have at different points been a little too tight for me, but I feel like they're probably going to fit me quite well this summer. I would like to try them on though, just to be sure. I'm so excited. These are definitely fitting me much better than they were this time last year. I mean, they still fit me last year, but they're better now. Should I tie up the drawstring for you? Probably. I love them. I know they're kind of see-through, so you can see the top that I'm wearing underneath, but they're just so comfy and so lightweight, and I love the orange, and I also love the scalloping down the front. They need a bit of an iron, but they're staying. Another pair of linen pants. These were secondhand that I got a lot of wear out of the last couple of years. I feel like I have so many options as far as like lightweight linen pants now. These were one of the first that I bought myself. Found them at Savers like 2 or 3 years ago. So maybe we should try them on and just see how we're feeling. Another pair of lovely linen pants that are great for summer. These are originally just from Target. I got them for a few dollars from Savers. They're like leaning a little big on me now. And I have never like loved this waistband situation, because like you do tie this up, but I often find this ends up like, it doesn't really sit where I want it to, which is like a little annoying, but they are still just like really comfortable. So like, do I just keep them around? Maybe at least just for now. I think I want to see how I go this summer. If I'm still not really wearing them, then maybe it'll be time to let them go. My Lucy and Yak Chuck pants. These were my favorite pants for the longest time, but these days, I don't know, I just haven't been getting as much wear out of them. I think again, we need to try them on though. You know what? Now that I've got these on, I don't think I can let them go. They're a bit of a boring color because they're denim, but you know, I don't think I'm going to be keeping a lot of other just blue denim. So maybe it couldn't hurt to have these. And I do just love how comfy they are, how adjustable they are. I love the wide leg. They're just an easy thing to wear. So I think I need to keep these. Then we have some swimwear. I'm not going to try these on for you, but I will try them on for myself. I think most of these should still fit though. We will, however, take them out of storage so that I have access to them now that it's going to warm up and I can go swimming. And then we have 4 tops here. So these tops, this one is a lot of fun. Got it secondhand. I'm wondering if it's going to be too big for me because it was borderline too big for me when I got it last year. I'll try it on. We're going to try on so many things. I'm going to be exhausted. Yeah, this is getting a little unwieldy at this point. I think if this were lighter weight, I could make it work because I could tuck it in a whole lot more easily. But because it's like a jacquard fabric, it's very thick, which makes it hard to just like tuck in and for it to be slouchy. Alternatively, if this were long sleeve and was a jumper, I think I'd wear the shit out of this. It's sort of in like this weird in between space that I think would work if it fit me better. It's just not. It's just too big for what it is. I don't know. I'm feeling very hesitant about this one. I think I'm going to let editing Katey decide. This pink Jericho Road top. I love this so much in so many ways. I haven't worn it a huge amount though. I'm just wondering if it's not really my style. It's got like the puffy sleeves and stuff. And I'm also worried it's now going to be too big for me. But again, we might try it on. You're probably sick of hearing me talk about this top when it comes to things that aren't working for me, things I'm thinking of decluttering. Because whenever we have those conversations, this top inevitably comes up. I love so much about it. I love the color. I love the material. I love the feel of it. And in theory, I love the puffy sleeves. I don't really have anything else like this in my tops kind of department of my wardrobe. It just doesn't feel very me, and I never know what the fuck to do with it. I don't know, I want to love this because it's so cool. I don't know if there's just something about the fit, like especially the neckline. It often like rides up and I don't like how that feels. I keep holding on to this because I can list off all of the great qualities about it and why I should like it in theory. But then it just stays in my closet and I never actually fucking wear it. And so my inclination is to hold on to it for just one more summer, because obviously summer is when I would be wearing something like this. But I think that's what I said last summer and probably the summer before that. Then we've got this blue button-up top that I got secondhand, although someone did stitch the buttons closed. I really love how this looks and fits on me. I'm wondering if I should like unstitch. What do you call it? Pick the stitches, whatever. Unpick the stitching so that I can use this as a button-up. And maybe a layering thing. I feel like I might wear it a little bit more then. Definitely an option. Okay, that's one box. Good job, Katey. Let's keep going. Oh, I've got a vest in here. That would have been handy. I think this one was too small for me at the beginning of winter, so I put it in here because I do really like it. Maybe we should try it on again and see how it's fitting now. This was like a little vest that I got. I think I got it from Maya in like, I don't know, 2019 or one of their like super deep on sale sort of thing clearance. I put it away in storage because it wasn't fitting me like at the beginning of winter. It was too small. Whereas now it's fitting quite comfortably. It's supposed to be like a relatively close to the body kind of vest, but it's not tight on me at all. It's comfortable. We have a t-shirt that my dad got for me when he and mum did the, what was it called? The Camino. It's been in here because it's not really my style like to wear, but like I don't want to get rid of it. My dad got it for me. What's this? Oh, these are some tracksuit pants. I think I bought these. Yes. What a flashback. I bought these originally when do you remember when I used to do K-pop dancing and we used to dress up and like our teacher would film us for our last class doing our little K-pop dance? I think I wore these for mic drop. What a time. I mean, I'm not planning on doing any more K-pop dances anytime soon, but I feel like these could just be like a comfy thing in my like homeware drawer. I'm going to put them there. That makes sense. Oh, we're already making such a mess and we haven't even opened my fucking closet up yet. I'm terrified. Okay, now the jeans, something I have really not been looking forward to because I have no desire to pull these out, but it seems silly to hold on to all of the jeans that I had. I think I'm going to do the thing that I'm really dreading, and I think I'm just going to try them all on and just go from there. So to start with, a black pair of jeans. I think these were the Levi rib cage from memory. And for the longest time, these were my favorite jeans. Not necessarily the black ones, but the rib cage. I think I've got another pair somewhere. We'll find out in a second. And like, I can see why I liked them. You know, that straight leg. I like a straight leg. However, they are too big on me at the moment, so I won't be wearing them anytime in the near future. One, because they're too big, and also because they're jeans. But do I want to hold on to them? I think so. Maybe. I feel like I'm going to want to try on all of the jeans and then decide after the fact. But so far, I understand why the ribcage were my favorite jean. I think they look really good on me, even if these ones are a little bit big at the moment. So they're a contender for staying, shall we say. These ones fit me a little better at the moment. They may be a little stretchy, but I wouldn't want them to be much smaller. I'm not really into tight pants. I think I saw on the tag, these are like the 70s slim high leg or something. Like they've definitely got plenty of room in here. Do I want to keep these? Again, I can kind of see why I liked them, but I'm just so not a jeans person, at least at this stage in my life. Like looking in the mirror, I'm like, who is she? That's not me. These are the exact same in a lighter wash. Clearly I liked these jeans at one point. Do I like them now? Not really sure. These are another pair of the ribcage jeans, so the same style as the black ones that we tried on at the beginning, but obviously in like a deep kind of blue denim, and then they're very frayed at the ends. These were my favorite pair of jeans. I wore these so much. I loved them, and I remember my pop telling me that I needed to trim the little frayed bits off. And I was like, Pop, that's the look. And he was like, well, the look is silly, Katey. Anyway, these I think fit me actually pretty well right now. So that's kind of cool. Would I wear them right now though? Honestly, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd be reaching for these, even though they fit me well. And at one point I adored them. I think I do want to hold on to these though. Like I loved them so much. And I think there's just something about them that fits me and fits my body quite well. So I think these have earned their place in storage. These I think are another rib cage style. They're very high-waisted, my goodness. Are a little bit too big for me. Obviously they're not cropped like the other ribcage ones are. But I think what I'm learning is that I do like this kind of straight leg on me of all of the jeans. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this extreme high waist, even if it was taken in a little bit. Very mum jean, very like 2019 for sure. But I do think these suit me. Like as far as a jean's concerned, I like the leg. I like the shape of the leg. Do I want to keep these? These are a pair of 501s. These I wouldn't be able to wear at the moment. I think they are a size bigger than most of the other jeans, but I like these. I feel like maybe these are worth keeping. Then the last pair of jeans, these are the only ones that aren't Levi's. These are Lucy and Yak, and I think from memory they're the Dana jeans. And I think these look really good on me too. They're very, very mum jean again. I think that's kind of the time period when I was into jeans. Would I want to wear them though? I'm not sure. The crotch is like a little long on me, which is a pet peeve. Yeah, I think I'm going to let editing Katey decide again, but I'm leaning towards a resell for these. Also, there was this top in storage. I don't think I mentioned, but who remembers? Who remembers this top? Let me know in the comments below. This was one of my most worn tops. It was a cheap ass thrift find several years ago that I loved. One of my favorite tops ever. But for the last few years, it's just been too tight. Like it's very stretchy, so I could like physically get it on over my head, but I wasn't comfortable in it. Trying it on now, it fits me again. It definitely fits me a little bit differently to last time, seeing as I've stopped wearing bras since the last time I had this top out. But you know what? I've really grown to like my silhouette without like proper push-up bras. I just wear these stretchy little crop top things. And there's something about the space that creates between my bust and my face that I just love now. I don't know how else to explain it. I know there was one of you in the comments who I like connected with over the same thing. This space, I never used to be a part of my body that I liked, and like my shoulders, whereas now I love it. So anyway, it's going to be a little bit of adjustment in terms of like a really fitted stripy number like this that used to look a certain way on me. And I loved how it looked back then. But now I think I'm going to love it in a whole new way. And I can't wait. So we're definitely pulling this out. This is going straight into the drawer. Okay, with those cleared out, I think the next thing to do is to go through my drawers and my closet, tidy everything up for one, but also just figure out what I'm keeping in total and also what I'm keeping in storage versus what I'm actually going to keep in my wardrobe that I'm going to be using and accessing over the next 6 months. Oh, where should we start? Let's start with the easiest thing, my jumpers. So these are my big jumpers. A couple of them are in the wash at the moment, but this is a majority of them. And I would say this is the area of my wardrobe that feels the most sure. I have worn all of these so much and I love them. I think the only jumper I'm kind of having reservations about would be this one. Which is one of the newer ones. And I love it, and I have been wearing it. The only thing I don't love is the collar. I did get this secondhand, and it just didn't occur to me that this was going to be quite a high collar. And so I have noticed that some days when I'm like putting an outfit together, I'll think about this jumper and then be like, oh no, I don't want to deal with the collar. And to me, that's just a little bit of a red flag. Like clearly, even though I like a lot about this and overall, it's very comfy. It's cotton. From a sensory perspective, my body does have a bit of resistance to wearing this jumper, at least some of the time. And I've promised myself that I'm not going to force myself to wear stuff anymore. I'm not doing that to my body anymore. So maybe we should just try it on. Maybe we should just try it on and assess. It's not that I want to get rid of this jumper. I really don't. I love it. And I think it's a really good option as far as color is concerned in my wardrobe. Obviously, I've got a lot of like deeper, stronger kind of colors, and this is just a nice alternative. So a try on, I suppose. The rest of these though, they're staying. Here's the jumper and the problem collar. I mean, it's not really that bad. It's not bothering me today. Really, I don't think. Maybe a little bit. It's just a tiny little bit high and a tiny little bit tight. Like the combination of those two things, it hits right at the little, like, what do you call this? Adam's apple, which is a weird place for things to touch, I think. But like, I just love this. I love the fit of it. I love the color. I love the pattern. I just love it. Part of me was wondering now that I've been knitting if I could fold this over into like well, I mean, I hear people say the double folded over collar and like stitch it down with like a stretch stitch, but it already is a double folded over collar. So folding it over again would make it a quadruple folded over collar. It would be so thick. I think I'm just going to hold on to this one for now because I love so much about it. I don't want to make any rash decisions. There's still plenty of room in that drawer under my bed for this jumper. So I'm just going to hold on to it for now. Okay. In the next drawer under here is where I keep all of my like lighter weight knitwear. There's a lot more going on in this drawer and it's a bit more chaotic. I need to tidy it up regardless. So we're going to pull everything out. Can you believe this all fits in the same drawer that those jumpers do? Like they're 2 drawers, they're the same size. And I've got what, like 7 jumpers in there? And then I've got, I don't know how many, like 20? Bloody hell. Okay, firstly, I think this is something that's very versatile here in Melbourne. I wear these a lot, pretty much throughout the year. Maybe not in like the intensities of like winter or summer. I'm either wearing like wool jumpers or t-shirts, respectively in those seasons. But basically the rest of the time, which is a lot of the time here in Melbourne, I'm wearing something that comes from this drawer. The other thing is, this is probably the category that I have found most easy to thrift, things that I really love. Like a lot of these are secondhand. And so even though I love most of these and I get a lot of wear out of a lot of them, I'm wondering if maybe there are a handful that have overstayed their welcome or just aren't quite filling a role that I need them to in the way that I need them to. Let's go through them. This red one is honestly not my favorite material. It's like, I can't remember what it is. It has got some nylon or something in it, but it is the best kind of tight fitting, lightweight red knit that I've been able to find secondhand. So I'm holding on to this. Then as you can see, I have a lot of this like pink magenta-y kind of color because it's my favorite. It's my favorite to wear. This is actually like a merino wool one that I got a little bit more recently secondhand and I love it. This is a cotton one I've had for years, got secondhand, one of my favorite tops that I've ever owned. These two I like less, but I still like. I think especially this purpley one, I do get a bit of wear out of. I don't like it as much because again, it's like a blend kind of fabric, which suits the purpose, especially for like a tight fitting kind of stretchy top. But it does mean that I just don't love it quite as much as I love like the cotton or the merino. I think this is still serving a purpose though. I'm going to hold on to it. This one, I actually prefer the feel of in a way compared to that one, but I just don't tend to wear it as much. And I don't know why that is. Is it the color or is it the fit? I don't know. I feel like we need to try this one on. I'm not sure what it was with this one because like whenever I think about it, I think that I don't like it as much as the other tops. But then when I put it on, I do like it. I like that it's got like a bit of texture. I don't know if you can see that. Like there's just a little bit of like a stripe across, but it's not a colored stripe. It's just texture. This color is definitely like, it's more zingy than the other pinks and purples that I like. I'm wondering perhaps if maybe this was a little bit tight on me like 6 months ago, 8 months ago. And maybe that's why I wasn't as comfortable in it. I'm like having vague recollections of it being tight around the arms, but like it's not now. It fits me quite well, I'd say. So maybe that was my problem. Maybe it just was a little bit too tight. And now that it's not, I can enjoy wearing it again. This next one in this same color family is a little turtleneck that I got from Variety Hour originally. And I love it. I love this color so much. I think the thing is, it's just quite big on me now. And so normally when I'm going for a lightweight knit, I am tending towards a little bit more of a fitted silhouette. I don't know. I feel like this is one we need to try on. This is a top that obviously, generally speaking, I would tuck in, but I just wanted you to be able to see it. Look at this color. Look at it. And just like how beautifully kind of like soft, but like gently luminescent this fabric is. I don't know. I just think it's gorgeous. I even love this like floppy little turtleneck situation. I think it's like a fun touch and something unlike most of the rest of my wardrobe. But even tucked in, it is just a bit big on me for what I originally bought it for. Like I originally intended it to be like pretty fitted. But like now that I'm wearing it and I don't know, I'm not so mad about it. It's a little bit dressier, which is one of the reasons I don't always wear it because I have a pretty casual style. But it's good to have options. So I think I'm going to keep this after all of that. Another one that I'm not entirely sure on is this. This was a secondhand purchase during winter and I love it in theory. Again, this is actually Obus as well. It's a little bit more scratchy, so I do have to wear something underneath. And it wasn't clear to me on the listing that this is actually like a bat wing. Maybe it's not a bat wing, but there's something about it where it's very, I don't know how to describe it. The fit is just a little off for me on this. I love the color, especially because, I mean, I know this is a bit of a stretch, but I feel like I don't have a lot of solid purple, specifically lightweight knits, and I do like to have it. Magenta and purple are two completely different colors in my book, okay? So I really want to love this. It's just I never felt 100% comfortable when I was wearing it this year. So I think we need to try this one on as well. This I'm so conflicted about. I really am. As you can see, it's just like, it's not like a batwing truly, but like, I don't know how to explain it. It's obviously oversized, but it's designed to be that way. And the arms are like shorter because this is supposed to kind of like spread out. Does that make any sense? So it's, I don't know what the word is. It's not a batwing, but it's kind of like adjacent to one. And because of that, the sleeves often end up kind of like coming up a bit short on me, which I wouldn't mind too much, except because it's scratchy, I need to wear something underneath. And so then I always end up with this situation with whatever shirt I'm wearing underneath ending up like extending quite a bit beyond this, and it just looks a bit silly. I tried to just wear singlets with it, but it's just too scratchy for that. I need to be fully covered under here. But the fabric, like, I just think it looks beautiful. I think the color is just perfection. I want this exact thing just in like a slightly different shaped top that actually fits me better. And so I think, despite my reservations and despite how annoyed I am about it, I think I just have to accept that this is just not quite right. And if it's not quite right, I'm just not going to wear it. Okay, for some items that I know I'm keeping for sure, I have 3 all in different colors of this same waffle knit top that I just adore. I just love them so much. I'm keeping those for sure. Another keep for sure is this kind of dark green top. Actually, I have 2 in 2 different sizes. Keeping those. Love them. This is where we get a little murky. The things that I do really like, but I tend to wear maybe a little less often. This one I've had for years. I'm keeping this one. I don't wear it as much as I did when I first got it, but I still love having it and I still do wear it. This light green one is a pretty new addition. I'm keeping this. I like it a lot. Okay, this navy Bowden knit that I got a couple of years ago with the magenta kind of like color block moment. I love this a lot more in theory. I just don't tend to wear it all that much. It's very comfortable though. I wonder if it's because it's so dark, or maybe it's like the color blocking moment that I do like in theory, but I don't know. I very rarely put this on in an outfit and go, yeah, this top is perfect for this outfit. Do you know what I mean? But I do think that it's a good thing to have, and it's very comfortable to wear. So I think I'm going to keep this too. Okay. These 3. This is the same as this, just in a different color. This is like oatmeal and black, I think they called it. Very, very stretchy top with like some lettuce trim hem. We love the stripes. These are really comfortable. I love them. It's one of the reasons I have a couple. I do also have a pink one, but it's in the wash. Keeping that. The black and oatmeal though, I feel like I keep this because it's a good thing to have, but I very rarely wear it. And the only times I ever wear it is when I'm like, oh, I haven't worn that in 3 months. I should probably wear it, and like kind of force myself to. It's never something I just pick because I want to wear it. So I'm thinking it might be time for this to go. Yeah. I think this is the first thing I'm just ready to get rid of without even trying on. We're going to be reselling the things that I don't want to keep, okay, to be clear. I'm not just chucking it in the bin. This is incredible. Someone will love it. Okay, now these 2, I love both of these so much. And I feel like they're much needed. They bring a lightness to my options for sure. This was a top that I bought to wear to my best friend's wedding. It's like shiny metallic. Again, a little turtleneck moment. It's actually the same top as this one. The exact same. I think I need to try this on as well. So this is the same as the magenta kind of floppy turtleneck that we tried on before. And I'm feeling very similarly. I feel like it is bigger than what I originally intended it to be. Not necessarily truly fitted, but a little bit more slimline. It's definitely a bit oversized, especially around my midsection now. And even where it's hitting me on the shoulders, it's kind of a little bit below my shoulder, and it's not supposed to be a drop shoulder or anything. So I think it's starting to look a little bit too big for me, and kind of like the magenta one. It's a little bit dressier, or this is quite a bit dressier with the metallic than what I'm usually wearing. So obviously I'm not going to be wearing it every day or even every week. This is a special occasion top, and I don't think it's wrong of me to have a couple of those on standby. So I'm going to keep it because I think it's really cool and I think it's really pretty. And then we've got a little lilac top that I've had actually for years. This was something that was in my storage bins last year because it was too small for me. I pulled it out this year because it was kind of I could wear it, but the arms are still just quite tight, so I don't wear it as much as I would like to, but I love this color. I don't know. I think this might be another one to try on. Okay, so this fits in the sense that I can get it on my body, but I don't like how it feels. I think it is designed to be quite fitted, and so it is quite fitted around the arms. I mean, I have good range of motion and stuff, but there's just like pressure on my arms that I don't like. I think the other thing is, like I've said, I've had this for so long. This is one of my oldest items. I like a lot about it, but I also think it's just a little bit too tight and a bit too frilly. So I think, as much as it pains me, because I do feel like this color is lacking in my like winter kind of department. Having said that, there are a couple of outfits that I really do love wearing with this. And so I don't know how I feel about getting rid of it when I don't already have like a substitute. So do I just let myself hold on to it until I find a replacement? Is that kind of cheating, or is that smart? I feel like I'm missing a few shirts. Did I pull everything out? No, here they are. Here we go. I thought I was missing a couple. Got two more. I got the pink version. It's not in the wash, so keeping that. And then I do have a white and navy stripe here, which I don't wear a lot, but I do wear it a whole lot more than I wear this. I think the oatmeal, I prefer the brightness of this, and I also prefer the navy as opposed to black. And I like that this is a bit of a different fit too. So this was a secondhand find that I'm very happy about. I'm going to be keeping as my one neutral option in a sea of color. Okay, we've done the easy part. We need to stop procrastinating and do the hard part. I don't want to open this. And before I do, I just need you to know that I didn't tidy up before you came over, okay? So nobody be rude. It's a little bit of a mess, I'm not going to lie. That's why we need to do this. Okay, this is my side of the closet. This is what we're working with. And I have a feeling it's going to be brutal. Where should we start? Should we start with the nonsense that I have going on up here? I don't even think you can see it. I have some Cole jeans up here, if you can believe it. These orange ones are just so too big for me at the moment. I've been trying to make it work with a belt, and it's gotten to the point where it's just simply ridiculous. And I was planning on getting them tailored. However, I am starting to think that might not be an option, and I'll tell you why. These other Cole jeans, which as you'll know are literally my favorite pair, I have had tailored, and we got them tailored really well by the lovely Mrs. Lee like a good 4 months ago, and they're too big for me. They're too big for me again. These are still kind of wearable. I'm kind of doing the like holding them up with a belt thing, but it's again getting a little bit uncomfortable. And so that means that is true for all of my Lucy and Yak Cole jeans, and I'm devastated. I'm not going to lie to you. And I think the thing that has finally made this clear to me is that I actually found another pair of these on Depop in a couple of sizes smaller. And I had in my mind that I love these pants so much that I'm scared of my body changing so much that I won't be able to get them tailored anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because like obviously there's only so much you can do without completely reconstructing the pant to make them keep fitting. And we already I think she took out like 3 inches from the waistband. So they're already kind of like getting to that limit, you know? So I bought this smaller pair of pants that I thought were just like a backup for if and when I get to that size. They arrived and they fit me perfectly. And so it just was very, very clear to me in that moment how much I had been kind of like trying to make these work even though they weren't anymore. Now, if you're new to this channel, or just in case as a reminder, I have been talking a little bit about body changes just because that's a reality that I'm experiencing at the moment. I'm not talking about it in a positive or a negative way, and I'm not going to be going into details or specifics, okay? I'm going to try and make this as like a healthy, neutral, normal kind of conversation as I can. My point is that my Cole jeans are starting to become an issue. I think I want to take these out of my wardrobe for summer. I do now have another pair, like I have one pair that actually fit me, like the exact of these, which I'm going to keep in my wardrobe. I don't think I'm ready to get rid of any of them. We are going to have to see how much stuff I want to put in storage and how much room I have. Obviously, these take up a lot of space, but I think it's going to be storage for my Cole jeans this year. So I'm going to take them out. I'm going to take them out. And I just need you to know how unhappy about it I am. I'm really upset because these are all some of my most worn and absolutely some of my favorite pants. I'm especially devastated about, I think it's these and the orange flowers and the orange, like the solid orange. To be honest with you, those are my 3 favorites, although I love the other 2 as well. 2? No, there's another pair. Fuck. This is going to be half of my fucking pants. It's not really, but it is in terms of what I wear. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I wear a Cole jean half of the time. This is hurting because I do also have a Cole jeans in black. What size are these? Okay, these are a size smaller than a lot of those ones are, but I think these are too big for me as well. But black tends to run a little small. Seems weird to be holding on to the black ones and not all of the colorful ones, but I think I might try these on. I just really want to keep my cold jeans, okay? So the one pair of cold jeans I thought might still fit me, don't. Like, I could borderline get away with it, but these are easily 2 inches too big for me around the waist. Do I want to hold on to them and put them in storage? Honestly, I'm worried. I think I'm going to start running out of storage space, but I think if we can make it work, I would like to hold on to these. The cold jeans are just my favorite pants, and so even a pair in black, I want to keep. And all of a sudden, my wardrobe's looking so empty. Not really. I have so many clothes, but it's lacking. It hurts. Before we move on to the rest of the pants, the belts. The belts are too big for me at the moment too. I have just ordered, I found, I think, what is the same belt just in the smaller size. So that's on its way to me. I want to keep this though. I love this belt. It's just a great neutral brown, my most worn. I'm not sure about the others. I don't wear them as much. I mean, I'd say let's try them on, but we can just do that here. I don't like this one as much. It's like this double-pronged one. And yeah, I mean, I can get away with, I guess, the tightest one on my waist, that is. I don't really have, like, lower hip things that I need to be wearing a belt for at the moment. Who knows what the future has in store? I guess this still kind of fits me. I think I'm going to hold on to this just so I have a black option, maybe. Depends, I suppose, how these go. I do have this red belt that I just think is really pretty, but I never wear it, and whenever I try I feel silly. I don't know, I think it's just a little flashy for my style. So I think I might resell this because this is from Obus, and like that's a brand that Melburnians love, so I might try and sell it at Mutual Muse. I feel like they'll love it. I have the same belt in black, and does this fit me better than that two-pronged one? Yeah, it does. I think I'm going to hold on to this black one because I like the look of it a lot more. I don't really think I need 2 black belts because like when I rarely wear the black belt anyway, so why do I have 2? So I think I'm going to resell this one too. So 1 belt into storage, 2 reselling, and I'm holding on to 1, but I have purchased a new brown belt. So I don't really wear belts a huge amount. I only need a couple, so that's good. I still need to get a basket for my socks. I've been intending to do that, okay? I don't just like I mean, I do just have them up here, but I've always been meaning to get something for them. I just haven't found anything when I've been at Savers and stuff, and I don't really want to spend a whole bunch of money on something. Maybe I'll learn to crochet and I can make myself a basket. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about the pants. So these two are some commonwery jeans that I got secondhand, both of them. They're the same pant. They're the, what is it, the side pocket jean, and I just love them. I love how they fit on me, and currently these two are fitting me well. So finally, something we get to keep because we're then back immediately onto bad news. My Sook pants, which is a brand I do not support, to be very clear. I only purchase these secondhand, and I encourage you to do the same. The owners of this company do not have values that I think a lot of you share. They have been heavily invested in live export trades, which if you have watched that Four Corners episode, you know how horrible those poor animals are treated. They're also Zionist, so not interested, thank you very much. However, they are like decent pants, especially if you get them secondhand. I don't think they're worth like the full price for what you get. The quality's not that good, but like they're comfortable and they come in like a pretty good range of sizes. So if you can get them secondhand, do. And that is exactly what I have done with a whole bunch of Sook pants over the last year or two. My favorite and my first were these cream pants, which were kind of a revelation as far as color is concerned in my wardrobe. However, they're not fitting. They're not fitting. A lot of them do have these like little waist kind of tie pull things to help you adjust the waist. But even that is not working anymore. And I did actually take one pair, which were the size larger, to my tailor and asked her like how much it would cost to get them just taken in at the waist. And I think she quoted me $40, which is totally reasonable, and she's incredible and does such a good job. However, $40 when I usually get a pair of these for $40 or less secondhand is just pretty steep. And it's not a skill that I have, and it's not a skill I currently want to develop. So I think I might pick 1 or 2 of these that I love enough to keep. And I think the rest I'm going to resell because these are another item that people in Melbourne fucking love. They eat them up. Obviously, the cream pants, they're probably the most worn at this point, both by me, but also whoever wore them first. So they're not in the best condition. So I don't think they have as good resale kind of quality to them. They're also my favorite though. So I'm definitely going to keep these for storage. The pink, even though they're very fun, I didn't get as much wear out of them. So I think maybe these will be a resale. I feel like people would love these. I know that these were like a limited edition kind of color run. So someone will be so thrilled to find these in their size, I think. I think another pair that, I did get quite a bit of wear out of these. I do like them a lot. They are a bit of a different style from the others. Although, as you can see, I currently have them like pulled as tight as I possibly can around the waist. Is it worth trying them on just one last time to see if I can still make these work? Yeah, go on, let's do it. These ones are a bit of a different cut. They're a more wide leg. They don't fit me either. Recurring theme. I think as much as I love this color and as much as I love wide leg like jeans and stuff in my like casual life, I think as far as the purpose of workwear pants in my wardrobe, I prefer the more slim leg. Not necessarily like a skinny jean, but all of this extra fabric can just like trip me up or get in the way. It's not protecting me as much from snakes and stuff when we're out and about. So they don't fit me and I don't think I need to hold on to them for a if and when. I think I'm ready to move these on. Some of the other ones I don't even have hanging up anymore because they've been annoying me. Every time I put them on, I have to take them off again. These green ones, these are really soft. Again, they're too big for me now. I forget which ones I was really struggling with. And because these are so practical for me, especially when we're like going for bird walks and stuff, I'm reticent to get rid of all of them or even put all of them in storage. You know, I want to kind of see if I can make one or two of them work, at least for now, and then just keep my eye out for some replacements, essentially secondhand. So I know that the pink ones haven't been working. I know that the cream ones haven't been working. So we've already made decisions about those. But I think for these other ones, I do want to try on and just see if we can make any of them work. So here we have the brown sook pants. And as you can see, like this might not look, I mean, I can fit my arm in here. They really are too big for me. I think the thing is, it's like if I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, that looks fine. Like, it's fine, right? But the reality is I'm wearing pants like this when I'm going birding or maybe if I'm at work, but especially if I'm going out for like a big bushwalk. And in those circumstances, I don't want to be fiddling with my pants. I do have the waist adjusters as tight as they can possibly go. And I can still fit my arm in here. They're too big. I'm going to set these aside because I do really like the brown and try to fit them in the storage, but I might end up having to sell them simply due to space. Here's the green ones, and these are even bigger on me. These are like a good 2 sizes too big. And again, I've got the waistband as like tight as it can go. And there's a lot of room for activities in here. And that's not what we want. That's not what we want when we're going for a bushwalk to go look at pretty birds, you know? Again, I think I'm going to try and fit these in storage because I love them. But we're just going to have to see how much room I have. I just wanted to show you, and also just wanted to try on some pants that actually fit me after all of that. I have found, and they've just arrived, some of the cream pants, the same plain pants that I had before, my favorite ones, just in a couple of sizes smaller. And as you can see, this is how a lot of these pants are supposed to fit. They are kind of fitted around here, which might not be my favorite thing when I'm just like out casually or I'm dressing up, but it's definitely much more practical for when you're like out and about, like I've said. They're like a kind of straight, tapered-ish, mostly straight sort of leg. And this is the kind of thing that I can just go out for a bird walk and not have to think about what I'm wearing. It's enough to keep me protected, but also comfortable enough to move. And so this is what I need to be aiming for. So I am going to keep my eye out for maybe 1 or 2 other pairs in sizes that are actually going to fit me. I don't want to get too many because I'm still not sure if this is my endpoint or if my body's still changing. I don't know. But as somebody who birds multiple times a week, like I do need to have at least 1 or 2 options available to me, you know? At least now I have one. So that's good, I guess. Another thing that's hiding up here actually is this cardigan. This bloody cardigan. You all know. I do think that this was a bit of a thrift fail. However, a bunch of you have made me outfits over on the social styling, and I do want to try them and just see if we can make this work because this is very comfy and maybe it's worth keeping even if it's just like an at-home thing. I don't know. I want to try this on just to see how I'm feeling because I haven't worn it in a little while. This bloody cardigan. I love it in theory, but I just never feel very me when I've got it on. And it was so funny reading through all the comments of a video where I did feature this. Everyone was pointing to different decades or like time periods where this cardigan looks like it's from. People said everything from like the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s, and then obviously also like the 2020s kind of look. And it just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh that like this look is apparently so specific to particular times, but that time will be different depending on how old you are and the generation you're a part of. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Like I said, a bunch of you have made me outfits that I do want to like try and play around with just because I think it would be fun. I don't know if any of them are going to convince me that this is a cardigan for me, but I think it could be a whole lot of fun. So I think I'm just going to put this in my cupboard for now. And then when we do this again in 6 months' time, we'll reassess. And I'm very likely going to be looking to resell it as we move into winter next year. So it's sticking around for now, but its time in my closet is going to be short-lived. Okay, back to the pants in earnest. Okay, another pair. We're really taking out a lot of my pants. These are actually, are they from Ralph Lauren or something? I forget. I don't know. I found them at Savers a few years ago. They're like a men's item. And they are too big for me, but they have this like pull waisty thing, which means you can kind of cinch them in. And I always really liked how they fit me in the leg because they're kind of like a straight leg. And I do like a straight leg on me. Anyway, these are just getting to the point where they're just too big, even though I really like them. I think these are something I would like to keep in storage though, because they're very adjustable. So they've been really, really good for me when I am at kind of like the top end of the size ranges that I have been. They're very like adjustable for many sizes up there. It's just that I'm kind of getting down to a bit of a smaller size now where they're kind of unpractical. I have to like pull in so much of the waist, and it does get a bit uncomfy with that much fabric scrunched up around your waist. So these, I think I'm going to keep them just in storage for now. Okay, now we're getting into some of my more summery pants because they're hung up on these like multi like hanger things. And because I haven't really worn most of these since last summer, I don't know if they fit me. So we need to try a lot of these on. So firstly, we've got some of my secondhand elk pants. Love these, need to try them on. Because I don't want to be getting to summer and then realizing that none of my pants fit, you know? Like that's the whole point of doing this now. These are the exact same pant, just in this glorious, I love these so much. Need to try them on. So these were some of my most worn pants last summer. And I think you can see why. They're just so lightweight, so beautiful, and just so easy to wear. They are like an elastic waistband, and like the elastic is not pulling in to my waist at the moment. But it's like... it's borderline, you know, like I feel like I could kind of still wear these. I think I am just going to continue wearing these until they start annoying me, which might be relatively soon. And when that happens, I'll take them to Mrs. Lee and see if she can just tighten them up a little bit for me, you know? The same pair of pants in this like iridescent, light, bright, teal-y kind of color. Just, oh, I love them so much. They definitely are not fitting me as well as they were 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Again, I don't know that it's so bad that I couldn't wear these. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of borderline, especially if I was like at work all day, I might find them a little bit annoying. I think I'm going to wait and see. These two pairs of pants are some of my favorites, so I'm going to do whatever I can to continue making them wearable. So it's likely that they're going to get tailored soon. I have worn these a little bit more recently, and they are an elastic waist at the back, but then they have like a drawstring at the front. So they are verging on a bit too big for me at the moment, but I'm still able to make them work. So we're going to hold on to those. And then these ones are a newer pair. They're an elastic waist with a drawstring. So again, I'm able to make those work. Holding on to those. Okay, next up, we have these incredible linen pants that are very adjustable. However, again, they're adjustable for a larger size. Basically, they have this elastic at the back. They're incredible, but they also have a button, so you can kind of pull the elastic to be tighter or looser just to give you more options. And I love them. I love them so much. I love this color. But they are just at the point where I'm pulling this elastic so short that it almost gives me like a nappy bum, which I haven't really cared about too much, but it's getting a little ridiculous. They're just too big for me. I am outside of the size range really that this is supposed to accommodate for. And this is supposed to accommodate for like 4 sizes. Happily though, I have just found 2 sizes down. I think they go up like every 4 sizes because they're so adjustable, but I feel like they're going to be a much better option. I might have to get them brought up again because these were a bit long, but we'll see. Basically, these are too big, but I'm not ready to get rid of them. I'm going to replace them. I also think I should keep these though, just because again, they're so versatile in terms of size. So holding on to these, but also kind of replacing them with a smaller size. So I'm happy about that. I feel like that is like one of the best, other than just clothes fitting you. That's as good as it gets. Okay, next up we have these pants, which are glorious. However, I know they're too big for me because they were too big for me to begin with. It's just that, again, they have this really thick elastic waistband and then a drawstring. And I do really like these, but they were the sort of thing that I only wore a couple of times a year. Like these were my Christmas pants, I called them. I would wear them to work a lot, you know, in the lead up to Christmas. I think I even wore them on Christmas Day. They just feel like the perfect, like summery Christmas, like Australian Christmas without being literally Christmas clothes. But they've never really fit me. So I think I'm just going to pass these on. Now, the only other pair of pants we have on this 4 rack, are these. These were a secondhand find that I just adore. I have no idea if they fit me anymore. I'm hoping they do, and if not, I'm hoping we can adjust them. They do have like a fixed waistband on the front, but elastic at the back. So a little bit adjustable, but obviously at some point they just won't fit me. I'm not sure if we're there yet. So a try on. As I mentioned, they've got like a fitted waistband at the front, which gives them a nice, neat kind of look. But then they've got the elastic at the back. So I'm not exactly sure what would need to be done in order to take them in, but I feel like it's not so much that I would need off that I think it's like unachievable, especially for someone as talented and amazing as Mrs. Lee. So I think these are going to have to be in a to be tailored pile. The next lot. Okay, these are a bit of a mixed bag. These I'm pretty sure are going to be fine. I have worn them a little bit during winter, even though they are more summer pants, just as like comfy around the house pants. Elastic waistband, but with a drawstring. Just gives you that little bit more kind of like adjustability. These are elastic waistband, but with a button. And I think these are too big for me. They were kind of like borderline when I first got them. They are like some of my favorite pants though. So we need to try them on, and I'm pretty sure we're going to be going to see Mrs. Lee about these. I love these pants. I love these pants so much. Again, I don't know if you can see, they are too big. Like the elastic, even when it's relaxed, is quite a bit bigger than my body. So I think these are also going to have to be a tailoring situation. And that's been true for a little while, to be honest. These like kind of culottes, I guess, they're red. I got them secondhand more recently, and they were pretty fitted on me. They fit me, but were fitted. So I think we're fine with those. And then finally, these brown pants. I feel like I have a few brown pants now. I do like brown. I like orange, and brown and orange are the same color. They're just that bit warmer. So I wear them a lot in winter. I have been wearing them, and they're big, but they're fine. So keeping those. Oh my God, that's it. Do you remember what this looked like before I took all my pants out? Okay. I mean, a lot of them are going into storage. A lot of them are trying on. We've only decided on getting rid of a couple so far. Hi folks, this is Katie from the future after she's just finished this whole closet clear out you're watching. And it has become clear, I don't know if you can see the timestamp of this video, that this job was just much bigger than I expected it to be. And so that means, unfortunately, I am going to have to cut this video into 2 parts. I do feel like we achieved a lot in this first half, but there is so much more to come. We still have to go through my jackets, my shoes, my bags, even my dresses. So if you would like to be one of the first people to find out when I do upload part 2 next week, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and I will see you back here next week. In the meantime, of course, a big thank you to my lovely patrons over on Patreon, and especially big thank you to Livia, Haley, and Belinda. But that is it for part 1. I'll see you next week. Bye.